Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Garbage Horror Out of the Can. Another Out of the Can this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Halloween.
Well, it is Halloween.
And with Halloween week, we got a little busy, I'm going to be honest with you. Didn't have time to shoot and do all the fun stuff for a Raider show. So we're bringing you like a bonus Out of the Can, a bonus haunt review. And all. The feedback we've been getting, these have been really enjoyed. So consider this a bonus haunt review. This week we're taking the drive into the great state of Mississippi, specifically the town of Lumberton, to visit the Terror Test.
Yes.
A little, I almost say a little haunt, but a haunt in Lumberton, Mississippi, about 90 minutes-ish.
90 minutes from
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right across the Twin Spans, past Slidell and into Mississippi, up 40,
Close
50
to
miles.
Hattiesburg.
Yeah, near Hattie. If any of this makes sense to you, you know where it's at.
Yeah.
Now, apparently they've been running for 3 years now in this
location.
In this location, they emphasize that. This was honestly the first I'd heard of them.
Yes.
We saw some of their flyers here in New Orleans, decided to go check them out.
Yep, we picked it up at the Gretna Costume Shop.
Yeah, Gretna Costume Shop, great folks there.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret going to this one. Gonna be honest. Look, we're haunters. And we don't like trashing or talking smack about anyone's haunt.
No.
That's kind of a rule. But with these reviews, we gotta be honest and we gotta be straight about how we felt. And this one didn't do it for me.
It's not worth a 90-minute drive. If you live in the area, you can go check it out.
But even the locals that were there, I mean, honestly, as bad as we're being, the other people that were in our group were way worse.
And we heard other people saying, that's it? That's all?
We paid $15 for this. It's a $15 haunt, $25 for VIP. And I clocked it, actually, at 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's pretty short.
Yeah, I mean, to put that in perspective, most haunts, you generally expect to get about $1 a minute. This fell clearly short of that stand. I don't think we really went that fast through it. It didn't feel like we were rushing.
No.
It just wasn't a particularly long haunt. They had a lot of space.
Right.
But they didn't really use it in a very tight and controlled fashion.
No. So real quick, we'll go through it. Start out in a graveyard area. Well, I guess first we should talk about the outside show.
Yeah, well, really, the first bit of unpleasantness is right after you arrive. You kind of meet some workers there, and I gotta be honest, they were rather rude to us, actually.
Yeah, they weren't the most pleasant.
They found
people.
out we were from New Orleans, and suddenly they were, treating us very differently all of a sudden.
Yeah.
They were not treating us very well. They were toying with us and trying to mess with us. It wasn't very pleasant. And then, they make sure you read the rules, which is fine. Every haunt has rules. And that's cool, but they overemphasize. They weren't like joking or kidding. There was no fun to be had in this portion.
No.
Then make sure that all your weapons are in the car.
Yeah, leave your rifles in the truck, in the gun rack.
Then they line you up against the wall to go buy your tickets. It's very military. It's very unfun. It's, the lines and a lot of haunts really quite enjoyable at times. This one, quite the opposite. And I really did not like the fact they tried to pull the VIP scam. Yeah. This got on my nerve because they're sitting there going, it's 15... There's, this is the line to buy tickets. There's a line on the other side of the building. If you want to, skip that line and pay VIP. And of course, we went in, we got the regular ticket, went to the other side of the building. Nobody. Yeah. Literally nobody else.
Well, I knew from looking at the parking lot and the number of cars that it couldn't be that many people in line in front of us.
Definitely not going to be worth, $10, even if, the $10 extra, even if all of them are there.
Right.
Which we knew they couldn't be because we heard people inside it.
And we saw people leaving.
Exactly. But anyways, as you said, you started out in a graveyard sequence.
Yes.
Kind of and once again, very similar to Necropolis 13, a New Orleans style graveyard, mostly above ground crypts. Kind of cool.
It's outside.
Outside, yeah. So, dress appropriate for the weather.
Right. It was a little chilly.
Yeah, as New Orleanians, apparently the temperature drops really quickly when you get up north. We didn't account for that, actually.
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead.
And there was one cool scene in that where they had a groundbreaker, but it was an actual person.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of cool. I liked that.
Yeah, and from there you kind of wind through a series of scenes in the woods.
Right.
There's a witch's scene. There's a couple other scenes.
Swamp thing.
Yeah. And then you eventually make your way into the building. Where you get greeted by a drill sergeant character with, with a sparker. He was pretty...
Right, which my dad was in front, and he actually made him jump.
Yeah,
because
which is actually impressive.
He sparked the thing, like,
right there, and he came out of pitch blackness. But then they have you stand on this red square in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And he gives you a lecture as he's walking around. And then there's a loud burst. And then you go into a fairly standard haunt zombie sequence.
Yeah.
There's a hospital scene. There's a few other scenes. And none of it's particularly impressive from that point.
No.
I don't really remember much. And then it's just kind of over.
Yeah.
It just kind of ends out of nowhere. There's no big finish, no big hurrah. It's done. And $15, 90 minutes, half a tank of gas to get there and back. It just ain't worth it. I mean...
No.
And to top it off, the rudeness and everything else.
I mean,
it's just...
and we were looking forward to this because, on their site they say that they're on one of the top 10 lists.
They didn't say which one.
No. No, I mean, for all I know, it could have been the top 10 haunts in Lumberton,
Well, that would be number one.
Exactly. But, I mean, they said they were on one of the top 10 lists, and I didn't find it, and I don't see how they made that.
One Haunt World list, that's for sure.
No. And then, you drive out there, and you're like, oh, well, this is out in the country, These are good old boys. Maybe it will be scary.
You're going to have some imagination. And these guys can be a little crazy, and they can be a lot of fun.
Right.
And it's just, there was no fun.
No.
I didn't get the feeling. Anyway, granted, we were there on the last night. They're not running Halloween night. We went on the 30th.
Which is kind of odd. But, so yeah, that might have played a role in it, but it just didn't feel like it was a fun haunt to me. I didn't really enjoy it. I'm not going to say it's the worst haunt I've been to. Not by far.
Warehouse of Terror actually injured me. True story. Beulah Fun Park in Alexandria was definitely worse, but it doesn't justify the $15. I mean, Chamber of Horrors in LaPlace, back when it was open, that was $10, $12 the last season. It was a longer haunt, better design, better use of space, better scares. I mean, so, there are better haunts to be found in this price range. I don't know. You want to really quickly recap the best and worst from it?
Go ahead.
Okay, for me, the best... I really liked the electrical sparks. They did do some fun things. Electricity, got some good startles in it, and it looked pretty cool too. I mean, they really did show a little bit of imagination with their use of that. Maybe not the tools themselves, but the use of that.
Right.
The worst for me, it was just the lack of any fun in it. The guys, from the moment you get there, every staff interaction is just completely unfun and uninteresting. They really managed to suck the fun. The actors overall in the haunt were okay. It's just the staff around it didn't
support it.
Didn't support it. Okay, and for you?
Yeah. The best was the zombie guy in the graveyard.
That was cool, yes.
That was the best. The worst was the time.
Yeah, the time. 10 minutes for a $15 haunt and for a 90-minute drive one way. Hey, at least we got to eat Waffle House on the way back.
No.
That was kind of the highlight of the trip. Well, any final thoughts?
That's it.
All right, well, on that note, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this was Garbage Heart Out of the Can for the Terror Test in Lumberton, Mississippi.